everybody, I'm Ryan, and today we're going to talk about the draft/limited archetypes in Tarkir Dragonstorm. This is a really weird set as far as limited archetypes go, because there's one for each Tarkir clan, Abzan, Jeskai, Sultai, Mardu, and Temur, and also one for each enemy color pair. So black-white, red-blue, black-green, red-white, and blue-green. So basically nothing for the allied color pairs, which is kind of interesting. Another really interesting thing is normally when I do these videos, I talk about the uncommon signpost cards for each draft archetype, but there is not an uncommon signpost card for the 3-color combination draft archetypes. Instead, to give an example of each of these 3-color draft archetypes, we'll just talk about the legendary clan leader instead. So let's start with these 3-color draft archetypes. First off is Abzan Endure. The idea is using the Endure mechanic to go very, very tall or go very, very wide with spirit tokens. Now, the gold legendary signpost card is Bator Kin to All, which is a 5-mana 5/7 with flying. At the beginning of your end step, if creatures you control have total toughness 10 or greater, draw a card. Then if creatures you control have total toughness 20 or greater, untap each creature you control. Then if creatures you control have total toughness 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life rounded up. So this synergizes with Endure very well, because the idea of Endure is you're adding more creatures to the board, which increases total toughness, or making your creatures bigger, which increases total toughness. Second is Jeskai Flurry. When you play the Jeskai deck, you should be casting more than one spell in a single turn and capitalizing on Jeskai's Flurry mechanic. The gold sidepost legendary is Shiko, Paragon of the Way. It is a 5-mana 4/5 with flying and vigilance. When Shiko enters, exile target non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard, copy it, then you may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. So it's just a really easy way to trigger those flurries and also capitalize on all the very powerful and cheap cards Jeskai has access to. Third is Sultai Renew. Basically, you use the renew mechanic, which is a lot like Flashback, to make your creatures stronger. The legendary signpost card is Taval Arbiter of Virtue. It's a 5-mana 6/6 with flying and lifelink. Spells you cast have Delve. Whenever you cast a spell, you lose life equal to its mana value. So there's a little bit of downside in this, but Taval has lifelink, and everything having Delve works along with a Sultai, because you're going to be filling your graveyard to try to get more renew cards in the graveyard, and then can cast other things for very, very, very cheap because things have Delve. Mardu Mobilize is the next one. Use the Mobilize mechanic to make more tokens when you attack to go really, really wide and overwhelm your opponent. The legendary signpost card for this is Nariv, Heart of the Storm. Is a 4-mana, that's very cheap, for a 4/5 with flying. Have a creature you control entered this turn would deal damage. It deals twice that much damage instead. So makes the cards that enter because of Mobilize or haste cards deal even more damage, which is exactly what Mardu wants to be doing. Temur Harmonize. Cast your spells twice with help from your biggest creatures. The idea is outvaluing your opponent with these harmonized cards. This goes along with Ireni, the Song Unending, which is a 8-mana 10/10 with flying, protection from white and from black. With Ireni enters, it deals X damage, divide as you choose among any number of target creatures and/or planeswalkers your opponents control, where X is the number of lands you control. I suppose you're rewarded for having a lot of lands, which makes sense, right? It's expensive, Temur, that kind of stuff. But then we have enemy color pairs that are draft archetypes. The Orzhov color pair, the white-black, is a sacrifice thing. So you can sacrifice your extra creatures to get temporary creatures from Mobilize and get extra use out of those creatures. The uncommon signpost card, since these are like normal uncommon signpost card, is Marshal of the Lost, which is a 4-mana 3/3 with Death Touch. Whenever you attack, target creature gets +X/+X till end of turn, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So rewards you for getting more creatures off Mobilize, capitalizing off of those Mobilize cards, and then sacrificing them. The Izzet is casting more than one spell, so using harmonized mechanics to cast spells a lot, and then also reap the rewards from Flurry. Uncommon signpost card is Effortless Master. It is a 4-mana 4/3 with Vigilance and Menace. This creature enters with 2 +1/+1 counters on it if you've cast 2 or more spells this turn. So it rewards you for casting cheap spells and casting multiple spells every turn. Vigilance Menace is nasty and limited too. The Golgari color combination is counters. Use counters of any kind, not just +1/+1 counters, to make your creatures more formidable in combat. The uncommon signpost card is Stalwart Successor. It's a 3-mana 3/2 with Menace. Whenever one or more counters are put on a creature you control, if it was the first time counters have been put on that creature this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. So it rewards you for have encounters. That makes sense. The Boros Go Wide token splits your opponent with sheer numbers. Use mobilized tokens and flurry rewards to build impressive battlefields. So basically, very, very, very fast, very, 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 very wide. The uncommon signpost card is Quarry Mountain Stalwart. It's a 3-mana 3/3 with Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this creature deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life. So it rewards you for playing a bunch of cheap spells. And it's very aggressive. And then the Simic color combination leaves the graveyard. So fill up your graveyard, then use Harmonize or Renew or other methods to get bonus cards from leaving your graveyard. The uncommon signpost card is Auroral Possession. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Just a 2-mana instant, target card from your graveyard to your hand, which is exactly what it wants to do. But those are the draft archetypes in Tarkir Dragonstorm Limited. I'm very excited for the set, and if you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on social medias. Links are above me and in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.